Good day, good day. This is the American Reverend Zachariah Jackson from the church of what's happening now. We're out in the community again, and we're here in Plainfield, New Jersey, interviewing Mr. Muhammad. How do you pronounce your first name?
Mustafa.
Mustafa. You know, we get that so close to Mustafa. You know.
Absolutely.
So Mustafa. And Mustafa is running for mayor right here in Plainfield, New Jersey, as an independent or what party are you with?
Independent.
Independent. Okay.
Independent.
And what motivates you to run?
Well, what motivates us to run is we didn't just jump up overnight and decide to run for mayor in the city of Plainfield. For the most part, we've been here all our life.
Oh, in Plainfield, New Jersey.
In Plainfield, New Jersey.
Okay.
I'm 57 years old. I went to school here in the city of Plainfield. As a matter of fact, Plainfield, this community has shaped and formed and fashioned me.
Oh, okay.
And I went to the school system. I grew up in Plainfield. Went to the elementary schools, primary schools, and high school here.
Wow.
And my mother raised 9 of us in the city of Plainfield. And she was a single parent.
Sure.
You know, and she had an open door for not only her children, but any other children that needed comfort and needed food. You know, so I come from a family that, you know, pretty much is grassroots from the city of Plainfield, shaped and formed by this community, like I just said. And we've seen this community go through a radical transformation in the short span of my life.
Sure.
And what motivated us is, you know, the quality of life that we see that exists now in the city of Plainfield. Not only that, the quality of life, but disenfranchisement, gentrification. And
Gentrification here in Plainfield now.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Gentrification has taken place in the city of Plainfield, and how the power brokers in the city of Plainfield have not invested in a community that is in the city of Plainfield and has been here for generations.
Sure.
You know, our appeals, our cries have fallen on deaf ears.
Sure.
You know, not just from the current administration, but from past administrations. At least the past 3 administrations, we have tried our best to work with.
Sure.
You know, but we finally arrived at the point that it's time that we do something for ourselves.
Let me, I guess, you know, my brief stay in Plainfield, I was living here from 1988 to 2012. The difference, what I see in a city like Plainfield, when people say city, we thinking Newark, we thinking Manhattan, we thinking a big city.
Right.
But this here is a suburban city, which is very different than a more inner city. And what can be done here to grow business and prosperity, more so, let's say, like in the big cities where you have the airports that fashion the city. Newark, New Jersey, got the airport, you got the Port of Newark and things of that nature. How do you bring commerce to a city like this here?
Well, I think first and foremost, what can be done in a city like Plainfield, I think that the principle is basically a common no matter the size of the city. It's not so much about building the structure of business without first building people.
Sure.
You know, it's really about the people. You know, it's about investing in the people. And, you know, the book said charity begins at home.
Sure.
You know, the first law of nature is self-preservation. Plainfield is a very historical and beautiful town. Growing up in the city of Plainfield, there were plenty of things in the past in the city of Plainfield, though we're not dwelling and living in the past, but just the idea of family. The number one institution in all cities is family. You know, we need to invest in our family, so we believe that instead of outsourcing what we have here amongst ourselves, that will allow an economy to thrive. Number one, to build a foundation for itself. Pretty much when you look in the city of Plainfield, you ride around the city of Plainfield like in other neighborhoods such as Plainfield, other small cities like Plainfield, and even some of the larger cities. You know, like America has done, the national policy has matriculated down to local levels. They outsource. They outsource not only the country, but they outsource the local neighborhoods and the local cities. This needs to be turned around. Plainfield needs to invest in Plainfield.
And when you say outsourcing, And I'm going to stick on this here, and hopefully the audience that listening to this here can get the gist of what point I'm trying to drive home here is that how do you be successful if you're going to outsource in a suburban city? I keep riding on suburban because this is a suburban city.
Absolutely.
So how do you, how could the city even survive, or the constituents in the city survive, if you outsource in a suburban city that mainly depend on mortgage and taxes and things of that nature, because it do not have the great economic commerce infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
So how do a city like this here, that is easy to refer this as a town because of the homey thing about it. This is a city, yes it is, but it has the makeup of a nice small town. So how, if there's anyone or any group here that's outsourcing, then how are they are to be an betterment of the town, of the city, because this is a suburban city, and you would have to do a whole lot to convince, I think, even me or the audience that you can outsource here and survive.
Well, I'm in complete agreement with you.
Yeah.
Maybe you have misunderstood my point. I'm saying that.
No, I'm not misunderstanding. The question I threw out there, I'm throwing out there to the listeners that if anybody is here that's outsourcing,
oh, absolutely,
then automatically they're going through a red light.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
That's like not stopping at that light on 22 before you, if you take, what's that avenue that goes right down on Sears, with Sears, that Terra Road,
right.
And you don't stop at that light. You know,
right.
You're jumping right out there in traffic. So
right.
How have you guys been getting along?
Well, we have not. You know, and this is what's at the base of the gentrification and the disenfranchisement that has been taking place in the city of Plainfield.
Sure.
You know, like I've said to you earlier, you know, I've been here basically all of my life. You know, I've been in Plainfield when, for an example, African Americans in the city of Plainfield, quote unquote, were at least 83 to 85% of the population in the city of Plainfield. Over the years, black folks in the city of Plainfield, quote unquote African Americans, are no longer 85 to 83% of the population.
Sure.
There has been gentrification based on the quality of life and based on the resources and the outsources that has been taking place in the city of Plainfield. Our population has dwindled down to 51% of the population. You know, and we've been like played between a rock and a hard place.
Sure.
You know, unfortunately, the African American population here, you know, unjustifiably looks at our Hispanic-speaking brothers and sisters as being the fault of this.
Sure.
That is not necessarily so the fact. It's the power brokers. It's the power brokers that, you know, play one end against the other.
Playing chess game.
Absolutely, play one end against the other. You know, so this is why we decided that, you know, it would be more to our advantage that we can have some authority and power to leverage what has been taking place here by these power brokers.
Sure.
Not only from City Hall, that has not partnership with our community to represent us properly. In America, it says taxation without representation is tyranny.
Sure.
Not only did that take place in the city of Plainfield, they did not leverage their political power and authority to negotiate for those families that have been here for generations with the banks in the city of Plainfield. The mortgaging has not worked out for the long-time life residents in the city of Plainfield. Not only that, small business loans has not worked out for people who have been here in the city of Plainfield. You know, government, we believe, has the responsibility of stepping in
Sure.
and closing the gap between those things that have or need repair when it comes to our families. A family is the base for structure in a society, in any community, whether it's a small city or a large city.
Sure.
So on our platform, with our message in our platform is to begin with families, to invest in families, from our youth to our elderly. We have not invested in our youth, and we have not secured our elderly. As a result of that, our elderly have been losing property. When our elderly lose property because no abatements, no reassessment of the tax assessment system in a city like the city of Plainfield, because there is no economics, there is no business to create revenue, in the city of Plainfield, then what that does is it disenfranchises the generations that follow the elderly. Now elderly people cannot leave their property to their children or their grandchildren. So they have nothing to stand on. They have no base to keep them solidified within this community.
So your run is basically to level the playing field.
Absolutely.
Okay, and have you been getting good support on your journey towards mayor?
We believe so. We believe that we have a majority of support from the residents in the city of Plainfield. Like I mentioned to you earlier, it's in the math. You know, though we've been gentrified and disenfranchised and our population has fallen from 83% to 51%, we're still the majority. Sure. In America, it says majority rules. Plainfield is still in America, so majority rules. You know, but we have a population here, for the most part, does not participate in the electoral process. Yes. You know, in the city of Plainfield, a fourth or a fifth of those who are registered voters in the city of Plainfield participate in that process. Unlike in the past, though, I believe, by the grace of God, through our work and through almost 100% dissatisfaction, that our people are going to come to the poll.
Well, I think that there's a new era going around the whole country that people are trying to invest at home, if you will. Yes, that they're realizing that, you know, we've been on that journey of run for so long, and now you run it, you don't even own the pond no more. So give us some way of what would be the best way for someone at this point to support your campaign?
Well, it's pretty fundamental. One of the best ways to support, we asked like our beloved brother Barack Obama did in the national election. We asked for contributions and donations of $2 and $5 and $10 and $20 or whatever a person can afford. If we can get $2 from 2,000 people, you know, $5 from 3,000 people, yes, you know, there's more than enough to fund our campaign. Not only that, by way of donations, we ask those who are not registered to register themselves.
Register to vote.
To register to vote. Okay. Not only to register to vote, they can register to vote here at our office at 1101 East 2nd Street on the corner of Netherwood in the city of Plainfield.
Okay. And if you register now, you'll be ready for election?
Absolutely.
Okay, which is what day?
Which is November 5th, 2013. But we're independent. We're an independent candidate. We stepped out of the Democratic Party because the partisan party politics are usually bought and paid for before they are even elected. That administration is already ran by those who don't have our best interests at heart. And this is not to say that we are not for the totality of the city of Plainfield, no matter their color or persuasion. They can be black, brown, yellow, red, or white, Christian, Muslim, or Jew. We are about freedom, justice, and equality. We're about inclusion. It's just that we have not been included. Sure. And it's high time that we be included.
Okay, in terms of, have you been in any debates with the ones that's running for office and for mayor? Have you guys had a debate or whatever?
No, we have not had any debates. I surmise that some may be coming up pretty soon. But if they don't come up with none, we will come up with some. And we will invite them to an open debate that will probably be out in the public, in the street, in Hannah Atkins Field, between Liberty and Plainfield Avenue.
I think that right there is where what really needs to be done. I think a lot of people are starting to roll up their sleeves and do just as you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
You know, so is there a number or something that they can contact you at?
Absolutely. They can contact us at 908-299-28. Pardon me. That's 908-290-2888. That's 908-290-2888. Or they can go to MUSTAPHA2013.com.
All right, well, you better spell that down.
That's MUSTAPHA 2013.com.
And how would they reach out to you? Do you have a Facebook?
Yes, we do. We have a Facebook page that's MUSTAPHA MUHAMMAD for Mayor.
Okay, because that's how I heard about you. Someone was making comments on it. Yeah, making good comments. And so I said, well, let me reach out to you.
Yes, sir.
Well, we wish you luck. And I really believe that you have the spirit in your heart. As I tell everybody that beginning to pull up their sleeves and go to work, there's a battle. And you just got to get out there and fight it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Right? You got to get out there and fight it, all right?
That's right.
So God bless, and hey, I guess the words of Jesse Jackson wouldn't be so bad. Keep hope alive. All right?